Alhamdulillah. So it was an interesting decision to come, but subhanAllah, I think that when you look at where you're coming to and who you're coming to, the decision was not very difficult at all. And in one of the brothers' gatherings, one of the brothers, he said something very beautiful as to why Turkey. There was sort of a question that was being asked about why is it that when we're together, there is such a, you feel brighter. He said basically, it's like a wick of a candle. And that's like, in a sense, from what I interpret of it, that's like your iman and it's burning. And he says that when you're in a group, there are other candles. And so when the light that you have is diminishing or flickering or fading, you lean into the light of those around you such that your light becomes brighter. And I really think that, to me, that is what Turkey provides. So whether it's reflecting on that heritage, whether it's being in the masajid, whether it's seeing the graves of the awliya, whether it is being with these other people of intense spiritual character and beauty, there are lights everywhere. There's so many lights by which I can take the wick of my heart and lean it against to draw strength, so that hopefully by Allah's grace, the light of my heart becomes brighter. As I look at the brothers and sisters around me, I can see in them such incredible beauty and such telling insight as to who I need to be. They show me a mirror of myself such that I look at that mirror and say, that's what I want to look like. I don't want to look like who I look like now. And so, subhanAllah, I could choose probably any brother or sister for that matter, and I could give a litany of things that I've seen in them that I think are just so beautiful. And so the Suhba portion is so beautiful to me because it's the idea that as I'm in class, as I'm out of class, I have people by which I can look at in order to learn what I should be. The Shaykh at some points in Tazkiyah as well as after, he said this statement. I'll say it in Arabic and then hopefully, I'm sure you can correct me. Taba' sarraq, that human nature, they're like thieves. And what I've began to realize is that part of the beauty of Suhba is that I want to be a thief from these people, not from other people. And I want to look at them and I want to examine them just so that I can figure out what I wish to steal from them. And then you come to, the Suhba that you get with the Shaykh. And then, that's at a whole other level. Because anything that you, practically speaking, can see him do is a gift to you. And I realized this actually just, in the dhikr session. That the idea is that in the dhikr session, you're supposed to disengage from yourself. And you're supposed to reflect on Allah's attributes. And you're supposed to reflect on Allah's divine names. And in that, you're supposed to steal. And if you're not alone with the alone, you'll only be stealing from creation. But if you're with Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in those moments, perhaps you'll be able to attain and be gifted something from Allah of those reflection of His divine attributes, so that you leave khalwa having taken something from Allah and brought it to the world, like the gift of salah. That you go to Allah and you come back with something beautiful to emanate into the world. Not just so that you stay in that khalwa and be in rapturous joy at the solitude and uns, but that you bring it back to your family. I mean, our family is still challenged and we're still going through some challenges with it. But I think this has been years and years in the making. When you live in, I think living in the West, one of the difficulties is that there's always so much on your plate. It's very easy for me to be at work and to be coming home late and to be going to work on the weekends. My children had lots of activities that they were doing. My daughter was in hockey, my son is in cadets, and all these other things. And I really felt that coming here and having this break was to actually rebuild the family that we wanted when we first got married, but that got lost as we lived our daily lives. And so we constantly had to reflect on really the nature of the life that we were living, and whether it was good for the kids, and how important we felt it was for the kids to have and experience something different and something special, something that if by Allah's decision we leave this world before them, we can leave them with something special in their hearts. We're not without challenges, for sure, but I do see things in the children themselves that are very special and very different. And the Sheikh at some point, and this has come to me a lot, that wisdom is the lost property of the Muslim, and that in many ways I can see by coming here the things that I had lost while there, and I can slowly, by Allah's grace, see us finding them again being here.